You are listening to The Art of Sales. Everyone sells every day, and this is your source for conversational, real-world sales and prospecting methods that you are comfortable using and that get results. You'll help people buy instead of pushing them into being sold. Here's your host, Art Subcheck.
We've got a really brief show today, but one that is very important. So stick with me. So picture the sales rep who spends a couple hours every day scrolling through social media, LinkedIn, so that he or she can be really prepared just in case someone asks some questions. Or how about the person who agonizes over their email subject lines and spends tons of time putting together these emails and mass blasting these appointment requests? Or the sales rep who feels obligated to take ownership of every tiny little customer service situation, the ones that are very easily delegated, but he or she wants to be certain that they're handled correctly, and their call productivity suffers as a result. Or how about the salesperson who's always just obsessed on this one big deal, devoting tons of time at the expense of placing other calls. And they're always just agonizing and working on this one proposal. Do you know anyone like this? Are you one of these people? If so, I would bet that you're flat out avoiding something and probably denying it too. There are all kinds of avoidance behaviors. Now, whenever I get especially ambitious around the house, tightening things, replacing filters, I stop and I just shake myself. I shake my head and I kind of yell at myself because I know that I should be in my office. I should either be parked in front of my computer preparing for a training program or writing articles, or of course on the phone following up on training inquiries, calling past or current clients, or prospecting. So what non-sales activities do you engage in that steal from your productive selling time? Or what call behaviors do you practice that are not as effective as what you should be doing? For example, some people just insist on asking just a few questions during a first call and just touch base, and then they set up a second call, and then they call a few more times before finally getting into the meat of actually selling. That is, if they can actually get to the person on a second attempt. And they rationalize that they're building a relationship. And I call BS on that. What they're doing is they're building a fat follow-up file. Sure, they're busy, but it's kind of like running on a treadmill. There's lots of activity, but no forward progress. Oh yeah, but they're building relationships, right? No, they're not. So here's how to deal with your avoidance behavior. So I've got 7 tips here for you. Number 1, make a commitment to get better. If you don't have the want to, you can probably just stop listening right now. It's got to come from within. And if this is resonating with you, you know what I'm talking about, right? You're probably feeling a little bit guilty right now, which is okay. Number 2, pinpoint what you know you should do, but you don't, or you don't do it often enough. Number 3, identify the activity or behavior that you rationalize is important, but deep down, you know that it's just a facade. It's a mask. This is where you need to be brutally honest with yourself, all right? This is the safe zone. So let's figure that out. Number 4, determine what activity or behavior you're going to replace it with. For example, asking for the bigger sale earlier, sending out fewer proposals to only the more highly qualified prospects, or spending less time internally chasing down answers to questions and instead delegating more. Number 5, set specific, quantifiable, time-sensitive goals. Oh, wow, there's something new, right? But it works. Write them out. Any time is a great time to start, especially right now. And number 6, are you ready for this one? Take action. Yeah, put it into motion. Just start doing it right now. Don't wait. Quit avoiding things. Take action. And number 7, hey, reward yourself. What gets rewarded gets repeated. I'm going to repeat these. Number 1, commit to improve. 2, pinpoint what you know you should do. 3, identify the activity or behavior that you rationalize as important, but you know that it's just a facade. Number 4, determine what activity or behavior you're going to replace it with. 5, set specific, quantifiable, time-sensitive goals. Number 6, do it, take action. And number 7, reward yourself. And if you do that, I know that you're going to stop avoiding things and instead getting stuff done. How's that sound? All right. Hey, you know what time it is.
Your attitude will be iron. Never will, never fear. What they say is the art of the sales. Quote of the day.
That's right. It's time for the quote of the day. And if you pull out a $100 bill out of your wallet, which if you don't have one in there right now, you're going to have plenty if you do the things we talked about here today, you're going to see Ben Franklin. And Ben Franklin said, never confuse motion with action. Never confuse motion with action. And hey, as long as you're taking action, here's the action I'd ask you to take, if you would please. If you're the type of person who likes to help other people, go ahead and share this show with 2 other people who could benefit as well. Send them to our show site, theartofsales.com, theartofsales.com. And if you'd like hundreds of other sales tips, go to my blog, smartcalling.com, smartcalling.com. Thank you so much for investing your busy time with me. This was not avoidance behavior. This was helping you. Until next time, go out and make it your best sales day ever. I'm Art Subcheck.